नमस्ते दर्शकों, मैं हूं मंजरी मुखर्जी एंड यू आर वेलकम टू पॉप डायरीज चैनल। आज हम हीरा मंडी डायमंड बाजार के 3 ऐसे हीरो के साथ हैं जिन्होंने मानो अपनी किस्मत ऐसी सिहाई से लिखी है कि लाखों लोगों ने उनसे प्रेरणा ली, करोड़ों लोगों ने उनसे प्यार किया एंड साफ शब्दों में कहूँ तो ये अनमोल है, क्योंकि ये फरदीन खान है, अदिति राव हैदरी है एंड ताहा शाह है, जिनकी हम चाहे भी तो कला ले नहीं सकते, खरीद नहीं सकते, क्योंकि वो अनमोल है। Welcome you 3 gorgeous people to Pop Diaries channel. I'm very excited to have this conversation with you.
Thank you very much, Manjari.
Thank you, Manjari.
Firstly, I have to tell you that my favorite director is doing a series, Hira Mandi. You guys, absolutely spectacular in it, are a part of it, and I have to tell that I am already a fan of 2 of you, okay? And I have become a fan of you.
Oh, thank you.
Whatever little I have watched, I could understand that Sanjay Leela Bhansali and you guys have put a lot of hard work, a lot of patience, love, and a lot of time has been invested into this project. And as much as we have waited for this project to come out, I'm sure you guys have also done more than that. So what was that phase like for you, the waiting?
Ladies first.
Yeah, Aditi, first let us go with you. Yes.
So, what you said about Sanjay sir having worked hard and us having, honestly, he's a oh captain, my captain situation where he really leads by example. And watching him work and watching him just be the person he is, whether off set or on set, is really incredible, and it's very, very inspiring. And of course, we are very excited to see what he's created, because a lot of the people who we're going on, who we're interviewing with, they have all watched quite a bit. We even watched nothing. Yeah. But I'm really excited actually, because that's the magic, to see it unfold. And I love Sanjay sir, and I'm a huge fangirl. So for me too, to just see what he has created, and I'm sure I can put myself out of it and just see it for what it is, his world, his Hira Mandi, something that he has lived with for a very, very long time. And the love and the passion that he has is there in every second of what he does. So I'm very excited as a real fangirl of Sanjay sir's. So yeah.
Okay, over to Fardeen.
Wait is part of this game. It's to create what you see on screen. It takes a lot of time, effort and patience, especially when you're working with someone like Sanjay Leela Bhansali, who makes films like nobody else. I mean, when you've seen his other works, you realize the kind of vision the man is out to create. And with Hira Mandi, it's think of watching an 8-hour Sanjay Leela Bhansali movie where he had no constraint of time, and he had all the actors he had at his disposal, and then you just get caught up in his vision. And the first day I came on set, you're just, my jaw dropped, and suddenly you just feel like, wow, I'm going to be a part of this. And so the wait is doesn't really seem like a wait. You just feel true sense of privilege that you get a chance to be a part of a vision as big as this. And this is, I think, India's first series with Netflix that is going to go across the world, and they're having a world premiere. So putting, just looking at the larger picture, it was a pleasure to wait on this project. Let's just say it that way, and it gives us a chance to get to know each other and get to know and just see the master at work. You get to learn so much.
I completely agree with that part. It was a pleasure to wait for it.
Yes.
Okay, Taha.
सबसे पहले तो मैं 1000 बार एहसान मानूं संजय लीला बंसाली सर का, क्योंकि to be very honest, the wait was not only, of course the wait is on for the release, but besides that, for me it's been a wait for a good break in life, and any actor, जो भी यहाँ पे हिंदुस्तान के सारे actors चाहते हैं कि वो संजय सर के साथ काम करें, और ये हमारी खुशकिस्मती है कि हम इतने बड़ी सीरीज़ नेटफ्लिक्स के साथ, संजय सर के साथ, like he said, Fardeen bhai said, it's a world premiere, and it's going to put India on the map, and all thanks to Netflix, all thanks to Sanjay sir. The wait, of course, has been excruciating. It's been I've been very excited for it, but initially जब मुझे ये series मिली थी, it was very, well, been a blessing. I've been so grateful for my mother, who actually waited for so many years. 13 साल कम नहीं होते for anybody to, you know, constantly have the belief in your son or daughter, you know, to sustain in such an industry. So in shorter words, I would just say that I'm eternally grateful to be a small part of this spectacular vision of Netflix and Sanjay Leela Bhansali, and I just want to say thank you and to Netflix and Sanjay sir.
Over to you, Fardeen. You know, when I was watching the series, whatever little I got to watch, okay.
By the
How
way, I
many
think
episodes did you watch?
3.
Three.
yeah, you have
That's
probably
3
seen
more than us.
3 more than us. Yeah.
But it's not enough, as he said.
But no, but we're
Once
very
you get
excited that you've not seen anything actually.
Yeah, now we
It
get to see
was
on the
a
film, yeah.
spectacular feeling being connected to Hira Mandi, even as a viewer. Seriously. So I can't even imagine what it was like to be in that world and do those characters that you guys have brought to life. On that note, Fardeen sir, I want to ask you, one thing that really made me feel very happy was the nostalgia that hit me like crazy. You are a 90s cult hero, giving us such super duper hits, okay? I mean, I became very curious to understand that you could have done a hit movie, Aaram se, but you chose to do OTT. I mean, why? What made you say yes to OTT?
Very
Firstly-
simple answer there.
Firstly, I think the lines between OTT and theatrical are blurred. I mean, the kind of quality of films and storylines and, you know, film production is you know, probably more sophisticated on OTT as opposed to theatrical, because they're more relieved of the burden of selling tickets. They have a very different revenue model. So having said that, I don't think that was in my thinking. For me, being away for 12 years, you know, and trying to get your foot back in the door in itself has its inherent fears, and you come back not knowing whether people even remember you, whether you even remember to act for that matter, or if you're relevant, because the landscape has changed so much and technology has contributed so much to that change, with, I mean, which Netflix has led the way with. You know, they've literally shown the way to the rest of the world of what else can be done. And so for me, you know, it was literally just, I'm just eternally grateful to just get a chance to work, and I couldn't have hoped for a better chance to work with Bhansali Productions, Mr. Sanjay Leela Bhansali, be a part of this vision of his, which he's, you know, nurtured for 14 years along with his friend and the concept Moin Beg, you know. So it was a dream come true for me. I literally sometimes still pinch myself that I've gotten this opportunity. I've gotten to work with actors like Aditi, Sonakshi, Taha and me. Do not have a scene, but yes, be part of the project. And you know, I just count my blessings, which in no small part is from my parents and well-wishers, and it's on a personal note, it's just to see my children, for my children to see me back, you know, doing something that their daddy did 12 years ago has just given it that extra special touch. So even though it's 16 plus, but yes. So I'm just extremely grateful.
Welcome back, man, with a bang.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And it is with a bang. Over to you, Aditi. You've always had this old school charm in every character that you've, you know, posed. Even in real life, when I look at you, I feel that there's this very nazakat in you that you carry yourself with. And it was completely validated in this series. I was in love with you in every frame and every screen. I just want to know what it is like, you know, for preparing a role like this, because every role has its sets of challenges, even when you have, and especially when you have a director like Sanjay Leela Bhansali. What was it like, the preparation?
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
In all the scenes which I have with her, I was not acting. I was just in awe of her beauty myself.
What rubbish!
And I told her that on the first day. And
See,
I'm not,
I was-
I'm not flirting with you.
I was completely
so funny.
gone. I had these googly eyes when I looked at you.
He was so funny. Sanjay sir, sweetly, you know, he was chatting with him. It was his first day on set, and I was doing the mujra, and that was the beginning of the shoot actually. And Sanjay sir came and asked him, how are you? Are you comfortable? So he said, you know, this is the first time I'm wearing clothes like this. But I mean, I could get used to this because he was sitting like a Nawab and watching this girl dance. But the thing is, Fardeen says it in such a gentlemanly way that you're just like, oh, thanks. It was really, really disarming and amazing. But honestly, for me, I mean, I haven't been to acting school or anything, and my acting school is my directors and set. And that is what I really, really enjoy. I love the process. And I've always sort of instinctively, intuitively kind of, learnt that is what I need, I need to be a little child on a set, and I need that incredible director who I love and respect, and that is my preparation. I just go clean, like a clean, empty slate. I don't know nothing, but I learn my dialogues backwards. Which also sometimes doesn't work because there's always fine-tuning that happens. And it always happens for the betterment of the scene and to, bring in the layers, etc., etc. So for me, it is very important to be completely open and to be a sponge. I also possibly behave like a little child in awe where I just follow Sanjay sir around everywhere. And I'm always watching what Sudeep Da is doing, what the art team is doing, and I love that. And literally that is my preparation or lack of preparation, is just to be present and to focus, because again I have a child's concentration which is like a sprinter's this thing. So it's there and then I'm dreaming, and it's there and then I'm dreaming. But with Sanjay sir, I focus just longer, and I just stay present, and I keep like whacking myself to stay present. That's what it is for me, and that's how I actually enjoy working, to just surrender completely.
Wow, super.
And there's a master, so it's very effortless to do it.
Obviously. Okay, over to you, Taha. My question to you is that we were already talking about your character being a very positive vibe to the whole series, bringing in that green flag that everywhere it's going around, in the social circles as well. I want to know, what was it like for you, to prepare this kind of a character, especially because this is your also first time with a director like Sanjay Leela Bhansali. And I want to give a context also why I'm asking you this. It's because a lot of people, have loved working under him, but they've also said that he's very strict and he's a perfectionist. He always wants that perfect thing out of you. And there's something working with him that changes within you as a person and as an actor. What would be that for you?
But isn't that good? I think that's
Obviously.
great, right? I mean, being a perfectionist is an incredible thing.
Yeah.
As far as my experience goes, I have always observed Bhansali sir to breathe cinema. He doesn't think of anything else. He thinks of shots, he thinks of art, he thinks of beauty, he thinks of, what's to do next. Sometimes he's running 2 or 3 sets at the same time, so his mind is never at rest. And to work with such a person inspires you to just not only become a better person, but become a better artist, strive for excellence. And I believe that, many a times you come across people who, with the chalta hai attitude, and that attitude does not go down very well with Sanjay sir. And that's what I love about him, because when you want perfection from each individual, whether it be from us, whether it be from any of the other characters, from the set, from the DOP, it makes everybody stay on their toes. I mean, that's what I've seen. Everybody, when Sanjay sir arrives, everybody's wide awake. Like she said, all the focus is focused.
Oh my God.
And so for me, if I had any preparation or to, first of all, let's just say, as you said, the character is a green flag. I am a green flag. Thank you. All right. So that wasn't much of a preparation. But the rest of it, I believe that he's very much a director of rhythm and music. He's always played music on set. After every shot, he's played a certain beat which he sees, and then he observes, and then he makes changes accordingly. So that was very new to adapt to, and I think I resonated with that. I resonate with him. I mostly kind of, like she said, you got to be a sponge. You got to observe what he does, what he wants, because he's a man of few words, right? He doesn't say much. He doesn't
Absolutely,
direct you.
yes.
but he'll direct you in a split of a second, and you can't miss that. You need to be very, very aware and in the moment to kind of almost replicate that and emulate him and kind of make it yours. So I believe that, like she said, I'm a director's actor. I believe that you should definitely go on set prepared, but never lock yourself in that preparation. You should be vulnerable. You should be open to changes. And these are all the incredible things that you learn from the great maestro himself, and it's an honor.
I just
Obviously.
wish to add that, he's one of the few filmmakers I have, and one of those truly talented, gifted people in his field who've really achieved mastery of his craft. Every department, from cinematography to editing to music to writing to acting to set design to all of it, and as an actor sometimes, of course, you go with your own prep, as Taha said, and of course that's expected of you and you have to, but you kind of strike a relationship of almost like an apprentice and a master with him, and you just surrender to his process. And it is very daunting initially. I mean, it was my first experience with him. It's very daunting initially for the first time, and then you get used to his system, and you also realize he's very open to you and what you want to contribute from yourself. Because I mean, every actor, every character is also an extension of your own experience and what you bring to it. So it's an extremely special experience.
But to be honest, I also feel that many a times I have felt the fun side of him. He's always made fun of me. I love it. I love it when he makes fun of me. I think that he treats us as kids sometimes, and the fun side is extremely loving as well. I mean, he can be strict and all that, but that's only because he wants the best, and that's okay. But when you see the loving side of him, I think it's a blessing to see that side. And when you get accepted, there's nothing like it.
Actually, I wanted to say that. Like, a lot of people speak about Sanjay sir and a particular aspect of his. But I think when you're taking a team of like 200 people along with you and creating such an immersive world, there has to be a sense of keeping it together, and for everyone to take everybody along, you have to be a perfectionist, and everybody can't create what he creates. So he's very, very special, and it's almost like all the artists of the world have kind of blessed him and created this one human being who has this knowledge of everything aesthetic, cinematic, and he brings it all together very and he himself is so constantly trying to better himself, and through it all, yes, the challenge is huge for all of us, because there's a thing of keeping it real, but at the same time being aware of all the things around you, which is very important to create layers in a character. So, and he wants you to do that because he believes in you, and he believes that you can do it, and he wants the best out of you. But trust me, while he does it, he has got to be such a hugely loving person. He's so loving, and his praise is never less than hugely generous.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And like, I think that's very, like, that is not spoken of so much. Like, we've really seen that and we felt it.
Wow, super. Thank you so much for the warm words. But before I part, one thing that really resonated with me from the Hira Mandi series was love was a very complex and layered feeling, somewhat even an abstract feeling in the whole series, and defined as so. If I had to ask you personally what love is defined as, and if there was a moment where you lost faith in love, what would that be?
What moment?
What is that hectic question?
Like what love means to you.
What love means
personally.
Okay.
And if there was a moment where you lost faith in love.
I would think love is to set free. Right?
Very
Love should be unconditional. Love is something that you don't have expectations from the other person. The day you have that, the day you have that, you have supreme love. Or else when it becomes transactional, if you give me this, then I love you. If you don't, I don't love you, right? So then that's not really love, right? So and when have I lost? Oh man, many a times in life, I think heartbreaks are a part of everybody's lives. But to be honest, love is not just about a man and a woman or anything else. It's about love can be मोहब्बत आपकी कोई सोच के बारे में हो सकती है, मोहब्बत आपके पैशन के बारे में हो सकती है, मोहब्बत आपके कोई you can love your work, you can love I mean there's love everywhere. I think this world revolves around love, and without love this world means nothing. So love is a very beautiful emotion. Love resides everywhere. So I might have lost love here and there, but at the end of the day, love is such an emotion that it just creeps back in, and we all possess it.
Wow,
We'll,
that
we'll
said a
keep
lot.
it. We'll keep it simple. I could go on about it, but as everything in life, love has its duality. I think as human beings, we have the capacity to love as much, and we also have the capacity to be very violent and hateful. So that is a duality which is inherent in our nature. Having said that, it is through love that brings out the best in us. It is love that connects us to ourselves. It is in love that we find the best in other people. It is in love that we can stay united. It is in love through which we can keep this place beautiful and pass on everything we have and can to our children, to the people who touch our lives, who in turn touch our lives. So in that sense, love is omnipotent and omnipresent, and I think it's worth living for. And it's the essence of who we are, our humanity, and our apni insaniyat jo hai. It all comes from love and nothing else.
Okay, we'll end with Aditi.
Firstly, I'd like to say that I'm a real believer, so this loss of faith and all doesn't happen, thankfully. Like to me, love is respect. It's the ability to be able to be vulnerable, to be authentic, and to remember that you're the same team. Any kind of love. If it is true, then it's to be able to laugh together. Yeah, always.
Wow,
Laugh,
super.
that's good. Laughing.
And I think with that note, we're going to end this very beautiful conversation with the cast of Hira Mandi, The Diamond Bazaar. Please don't forget to stream on Netflix and watch this very beautiful show. I'm sure you're going to love it. Love the performances, the whole culture it has brought to life again, and obviously the set. Sanjay Leela Bhansali coming with his magic on Netflix screens. And this was Manjari Mukherjee only on Pop Diaries channel. Like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to click on that bell icon. I'm Manjari Mukherjee. Bye until next time. Bye bye.